name is Jason Blades, and I'm a music and events coordinator for To Write Love on Our Arms. And I'll just go over what the organization is. To Write Love on Our Arms, we're a nonprofit movement that's dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people that struggle with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. And we exist also to encourage, inspire, inform, and invest directly into treatment and recovery.
So how did you get involved with To Write Love on Our Arms?
Yeah, I started out as an intern. That's actually how most of our team kind of goes through and becomes a staff member. Is we just intern, and you kind of learn the ropes and the sensitivity involved with mental health and the issues that we address. And then if roles are needed, or if there's people that are needed and the roles are available, you kind of just fall into it. And that's kind of what happened with me. I just ended up doing Warped Tour a few years back, and I've been doing music and events for them ever since.
And can you just tell us a little bit more about like your specific position? You know, you said music and events coordinator. What are like your day-to-day duties?
Yeah, so if I'm not on the road doing like Warped Tour or festivals and events that we do, it's usually planning, coordinating, the logistics, and then usually it's staffing. So it's really kind of managing our involvement and I guess brand exposure through music and events. So I mean that looks like anything we do: college events, high school events, speaking events, music festivals, tours. And there's me and there's just one other guy, Chad. So both of us kind of handle all of that. And we do Warped Tour. We do another like summer festival circuit. We do a festival in Europe and Australia. So it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah.
So part of your vision statement states that we live in a broken world. From your experiences, what is the best way for someone to mend in the world around them and make the biggest impact in the world around them? It's kind of a...
Yeah, it's like a double-parted question. I'd say, I mean, the part about talking about like we live in a broken world is just saying that like nobody's perfect. Like no one will ever be, and the best way we can be there for each other, or the best thing we can do for each other, is to be there for each other and just be present. And I guess the second part of your question was what's the best way for someone to mend and make an impact, is really just being there for someone. A big part of what we talk about in our organization through that like mission statement and the vision is that people need other people. And I think that's like kind of the overarching theme, and for us what this idea of hope is that people will be there for other people, and that you need someone else to help you through your stuff. Someone might need that. I mean, if you read that quote, that's actually from like our mission statement, and it says you will need people more than anything else. You will need other people, and you'll need to be that other person to someone else.
Yeah.
I think we believe that so much for healing and for people that are struggling. So I'd say that's probably just being there for someone, listening, whatever it takes.
And To Write Love in Our Arms has been involved in Warped Tour specifically since 2007, and you've been involved every year since. What keeps on bringing you back specifically to Warped Tour?
Yeah, so this is our 8th consecutive year, and it's become a big part of our family, just the music family. I mean, music is a big part of our organization. I think we realized music's ability to connect with people, and how we're able to use that as a platform. And the music is a platform for people to connect, to relate, to feel something. And so that's why we always choose music, and Warped Tour specifically, just because we get to see so many people, especially over the last 8 years, that it feels like good friends every day that come up, and we see people from last year that might have been struggling and we're asking for help, and this year we get to see them doing 10 times better, or maybe they're not in a better place, but we're still able to kind of encourage them and help them. So it's just really great to come back and see that year after year.
And so, like, To Write Love in Our Arms supports those struggling from a variety of issues like depression, anxiety, suicide, self-harm. Being that really anyone could deal with these battles, how do you figure out what the best method is to connect with people? Like music is one huge avenue.
Yeah, a big part of what we do is just try to meet people where they're at, and which is why music is a big part of our outreach, so to say, because there's so many people here. I mean, just today alone, there's 20,000 people that we're able to have the possibility to talk to or to help. So, but we also have high school programs, college programs. More than anything, we're just trying to start a conversation in places where people exist, so in local communities, and then educating those local communities so that when someone struggles in that community, once we're not there anymore, they're able to address it better than they were before. So the hope is that it kind of just spreads like that. So I mean, it's through all those programs. I guess to answer your question, we do music, we have a high school program, college program, an events program, all of that, just like a speaking events program. So it's really just trying to meet people where they are at.
Cool. Yeah, creating those networks.
Yeah.
In addition to your own events, Detroit Love and Arms has a great supporter benefit program. I actually hosted a benefit concert this past spring, so I'm familiar.
Yeah.
You also have like an intern program, U chapters, and other options. What would you say are some of the most popular and successful events that people host and things of that sort? Yeah.
I think a lot of people will talk about Detroit Love as like, this organization, but like you just said, you held a benefit. And I mean, it's so much beyond, the 10 people that work for the organization. You're able to do something in your community that probably touched lives. And so we have, on our website, we have a page called Get Involved, and it's all those different ways to get involved. One of them being a benefit. We have an intern program. If you're in college, there's a college program. There's a high school program. So it's kind of a way someone can get involved for any, like, whatever kind of life they come from, whatever age or, ability or time they have to dedicate. Just on the website, TWLOHA, and then the Get Involved page.
And any advice for someone interested in getting involved with Detroit Love and Arms, being that you offer internships, that's what you said you got involved. You also have a street team. Kind of where should someone begin if they want to get involved?
I'd say the street team. That's the easiest place. It takes the least amount of time. So if you're not sure what you can dedicate as far as time and availability or resources or anything like that, street team is great. I take volunteers from street team for events like this.
Oh, cool.
And also, they're able to do things online for us, like physical promotion, online promotion, and we reward them. So every time they do one of those tasks, they get like points, and eventually they can use those points to get like free stuff, like shirts and things like that.
Yeah.
So, and also like, I know for a lot of people they get excited to come to Warped Tour.
Yeah.
So part of it is also you get to come and visit us here and hang out and talk to people here and see some music. So I'd say street team's the best place to start, and then from there, depending on how deeply you want to get involved, you can kind of go.
And then final question is just like, what is the best experience you've had on tour this summer or in past times? Kind of like, because you're doing a good cause, but it's also here to have some fun.
Yeah.
What do you say is the best experience? Be it.
Yeah, I'd say personally, and probably like on behalf of the organization, the reason we come back every time and every day I get to hear from someone who has struggled, has found help, or is struggling and we're able to help them. I think anytime that happens, it's such an honor and like a privilege that we take so serious that that's like the best. Obviously, there's a lot of friends that I have out here that we get to see, and that's a lot of fun. But at the heart of it, like I'm here for all the people that come up to the tent. So that's probably my favorite part, is just getting to talk to them, reconnect with them, and potentially help them.
Yes.